Light, you see that? Okay.
Dr. Loretta Early remembers the blood flowing from the child's hand.
Oh, no, that looks perfect.
And she took a film of it.
I observed this blood to somewhat well up in the center over an area of about 1 centimeter and spread out to the palmar creases and then stop over about 3 to 5 minutes. The blood then coagulated and I wiped that blood off, and for a few minutes I saw a circular, slightly bluish area in the center of the palm of the hand, and this disappeared. After taking a 10-powered lens, it was somewhat disappointing that I could find no place where she was bleeding from. It was significant that during the week prior to this onset, she was reading a book called Crossroads by John Webster, a book that I was familiar with, and it was a book about the crucifixion and the agony which Christ went through. And it's a very emotional book of the agony during those last few hours that Christ was on earth.
Claretta identified closely with Christ's suffering, Dr. Early concluded. The intensity of her feelings might have caused her to bleed in sympathy. The doctors could offer no other explanation. There was nothing medically unusual about her. The blood was her own and normal.
I am my Savior, all happy and glad.
For the past 10 years, the pastor and his precious parishioner have wondered why she was chosen to bear the stigmata.
I've often wondered, well, why me? You know, why not one of my sisters? Or why not one of my brothers? But he chose me. There are a lot of people that don't believe that there's a God or Jesus. And I think he did it to show people that there is a God.
As Claretta has grown older, living with the stigmata has become more of a strain.
I was out to dinner with a friend, and this is the second time this has happened. And we were just sitting there. Maitre d' had brought our food. We're sitting there getting ready to eat. And I go to put my napkin across my lap, and the blood just starts pouring out of my hand. Now, usually it would web up. This day, it poured out like something like you're just pouring something out of a glass. That's the way the blood came out of my hand. I couldn't explain it to anyone. You know, I could do anything but sit there and rush to the bathroom, you know. When it first started, there was no pain, just the bleeding, you know. But as I got older, I started to experience pain, you know, in my hands, like someone is sticking something and driving something through my hands. It's a horrible feeling.
The latest in a line of specialists to investigate Claretta's stigmata is psychiatrist Dr. David Agel. He met her before church on Easter Day. After hearing her story, Agel asked permission to hypnotize Claretta. He wanted to see how readily she responded to suggestion. She went out like a light. This convinced Agel that Claretta's mind could influence her body to an exceptional degree. She could use this technique to control the stigmata if she wished, with a little self-hypnosis.
A little bit more awake, not completely. But what I want you to remember now is this, that when you wish to do this for yourself, you can look at any small object of your choice in a private, quiet place. Count slowly to 10. And by the time you reach 10, and you'll be in this very comfortable, relaxed state, but you will also have the ability, through this concentration, to keep it away if you want to. It's something that you can use for yourself. It will be your choice from now on.
This Easter, the New Light congregation was not treated to a display of stigmata. Could it be that Claretta can at last control the strange powers of her mind?
She is not someone who clearly is seeking pain and punishment. However, what we do know more about is that she does have a very severe kind of conscience. She has a strong sense of guilt if she feels that she does not do things right for other people. Now, she is a very good hypnotic subject. And that indicates that she has certain powers of concentration that many people do not have. And that is that she can use concentration to go into a trance state and perhaps to influence her body in various ways. The hope is now that she will use some of that powers for her benefit as opposed to in any way that is harmful to her.
Are stigmatics genuine? Yes, I believe that many of them are. Whatever the medical explanation, stigmata dramatically demonstrate the almost miraculous power of religious faith.
Tomorrow at 7:30, Arthur C. Clarke tells some spooky ghost stories.